Hello and welcome to my achievement run for Turkish Eagle, which requires you to start in the 1066 start date as this guy specifically, the Seljuk Count in Samosata. I'm playing with all DLC, I'm playing on default rules, and I'm playing with Iron Man enabled, no mods. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump into it right away here. This achievement is pretty specific. You're never going to get it by accident. Let's just go and have a look at it here. Turkish Eagle. So as the Seljuk Count in Samosata, we need to take the decision to form the Sultanate of Rum, and then we need to create a hybrid culture between our starting culture, Oghuz, and Greek. There's a lot of things that can kind of go wrong here. First of all, we need the Seljuk Empire, which we are a part of, to kind of break up. And then we're also going to need to form Rome. I'm not sure if we can have a look at this decision yet. Yeah, we can. So what we need is all of these different duchies here, which when we have a look at them, is mostly land in the current Byzantine Empire. All this land over here. So we need for the Byzantines to either break up or to become significantly weakened in order to wage war against them. Yeah. So it's going to take a while. I believe this guy or his son, I believe it's this guy actually, is able to do this by like the 1070s. There's almost no way that we're going to be able to do it as this character. It's a very difficult, kind of time-consuming thing to do. But we're going to give it a go. So you start off as a 27-year-old. I think he has random traits, but I'm not 100% sure. We are stubborn, compassionate, and brave. We got a 2-star martial education. We have no marriage, but we do have a son. So let's go ahead and educate him. We also have a couple brothers. Looks like they're just chilling in our court. I know from doing this before that sometimes this guy here, who's holding some extra counties, will give counties to our brothers, because he's got some extras to give away. So our brothers might be leaving our court here. We start with 2 counties. Our immediate first goal is going to be to form this duchy title, which we actually, our liege already has it, so he has 2 counties as well. He has the duchy title, so what we're going to do is probably go for this county first, and then try to like usurp the title from our liege by going to war with him for his land here. I think it makes a lot of sense for us to be martial, probably on this character and maybe even on our next character as well. We're going to be going to war a lot in the early game here. I think I'm just going to do a strategy focus. I need to be careful because my character is brave, so he might be dying in combat, although that's not the worst thing. That's not the worst thing when your son is going to inherit everything. If we do get married and start to have other kids, it's gonna be an issue. Our land will get split up because we have multiple counties and we have no duchy title right now. But I'm going to go strategy focus. I'm not 100% sure if I want to stay in gallant, though. I might go strategist. It's going to cause me 100 stress to begin the game. Maybe I just leave it for now. I wish that this was here instead of there so that I could get a better marriage for myself in case that's what I want to do. But we got some other things to set up here first. So we do start off with some men-at-arms. We start off with some extra troops here. They will be inherited on succession, but it's not too much. It's 1,200. So we are decently powerful. Some light horses, some pikemen. I'm going to go ahead and throw these to, actually maybe this here. So we should be stronger, 654, 1153. So our liege actually has a weaker army than us, mostly because of these bonus troops that we have here. If our brothers are given land, then maybe we'll be able to forge alliances with them. So being that we are Ashari, Islam, we have male only On top of that, we are actually in the same house, House Seljuk, as our liege. So we have no way to get our extra children out of the line of inheritance. We can't ask them to take the vows. We can't disinherit because we're not the dynasty head. So I might actually not get married right away in this. We do need a physician though, so I'm going to search for one. And I might search for a wet nurse as well. Let's just see if we have a decent one here though. They're both poor. Let's do that. I am just going to create a cadet branch, I think, right off the bat here. House Samosata. Okay. That's cool. So it's just named after our home county here. Maybe I will do an accolade this game. I'll just wait a second, actually. So in our culture, Oghuz, which is not the land that we're on some Armenian land, actually. It's pretty good for what we're trying to do here. We have the horse archers. Same culture, mercenary, higher cost, warrior culture. So strong is more common. Strong and hail both give prestige. Accolades will gain glory faster. And we're kind of bellicose here. So we're like a very war-oriented. And we have this option to recruit plains specialists, which does cost some gold and some prestige. But I'm going to take it right away. And it generally gives you someone who's a really good marshal and sometimes a decent knight. So our marshals, until we recruited this guy, are all kind of bad. So we'll just throw him in there right off the bat. No good diplomat, really. Chancellor, no good steward, and no good spymaster, and no good court imam. So we're going to have a look at who's in our court. We actually do have some apostolic Armenians who none of them are really too fond of us. One of the things that we're going to need to do is we're going to need to spread our culture. So I think I might just get started on that right away. We are Oghuz, and we need to hybridize with Greek, which means having our culture's home is over here. We are over here. Having our culture border Greek is going to eventually increase our cultural acceptance with them. So I think it's better for us, even though we're not playing as our final culture right now, it's better for us to spread our current culture in our current land for now, just as a long-term play, because we're going to need it to be bordering Greek eventually. But yeah, so like what we're going to look to do is eventually separate from the Seljuk Empire and take land off the Byzantine Empire. I just want to make sure. Okay, so there's no penalty here if I already have a kingdom title, because this is a lot of land to hold as just a Duke tier character. But it seems like you're allowed to take this decision if you already have a kingdom title, I believe. I'm not super familiar with this. I have done the achievement once before, but it's been a while. So our liege starts off at war, a pretty big war, in the Seljuk invasion of Armenia. They have the advantage right now, a huge numbers advantage. We're kind of hoping that he gets it off, because that's going to be fellow vassals that we'll be able to expand into. I don't think it's land that we need for the achievement, but we do need to just increase our power somehow. So the only way for us to do that right now is to kind of get this duchy title, and then it's going to be to expand to our neighbors' lands. And we're just hoping and praying that the Byzantine Empire breaks up or significantly weakens in some way. But these two women in our court, we're going to try to get them married. We're going to see if anyone decent will marry them. Looks like not. 14? Oh, that's me. Yeah, so we're just kind of stuck with the characters that we have here right now. We can replace our court imam, actually. 10? Is that really the best that we can do? 14, but he's quite old and obese. Usually you start with a guest. Okay, so our guest has 13 learning, so maybe we just recruit him. I'm gonna throw him in court imam. Okay, so now everyone's at least kind of decent at these jobs. What I might also do is invite bagateurs. This is the knights, the name of the knights in our culture. Maybe we'll just randomly get a character with some decent amount of stat in one of these, and if not, then maybe we can just recruit them over time to get like better knights. But I think I'm ready to get going here. Excellent. Okay, so you can raise your daughter. Your daughter is a lunatic for whatever reason. But there's our wet nurse. So what did he unlock? Bounteous loins. More fertility and more attraction opinion. And we have good and poor. $50 gold for him. That should be fine. He's actually a pretty good diplomat, despite the fact that he's arbitrary and paranoid. So he's our court physician. I think I'm also going to make him our chancellor here as well. We want to avoid having negative side effects on these as much as possible, because this guy will give claims to our neighbors. I do want to convert our counties as well, but the first thing I'm going to do is get a claim here, because I need to be able to declare war on this guy. And then eventually I'm going to get a claim on this one. So I think that's going to be our first move. Boom, boom. Hopefully the Byzantine Emperor does not choose... Okay. To siege our land. So we got a nice little event here. He's an okay knight. He's the wrong... That event always seems to recruit whatever your capital's culture and religion is. So he recruited an apostolic Armenian to be our knight, which is not ideal, but better than nothing for now. We're going to try to convert everyone eventually, but these guys tend to hate us. Hopefully our liege will come and get these guys off our land. So our son and heir gets his first trait now. We get 3 really good picks here. He is going into diplomacy, so it is okay if I leave him gregarious. But I think it's the weakest of these 3. I think I'd rather have diligent. Temperate's also very good, but generally if I have diligent available, I'll take it. So, oh, she already left the court. Bye. Yeah, he's going to inherit everything for us right now, so probably we're just going to keep this as is. One of the things that I need to look out for is I have no other heir. Well, I guess technically my brother, my half-brother. But if anything happens to him, then we're going to have to get married right away and start to have another kid. My liege looks to be winning this quite easily. Hopefully he doesn't let my land get sieged. Right now he doesn't seem to care. There's nothing we can do about it. Our army... Oh, actually 1815. We could scare them off this. Hopefully we just don't need to. Okay, so he's used 2 unlocks. That's... They always go down whatever tree they pick, so he's going to go and get this first. This is not the worst tree, I feel. Dynasty members get better education traits. That's good for us, right? Yeah, I think so. Less complications during pregnancy. This will be the next one that they unlock. It's probably going to be quite a while before we get Dynasty Head because, you know, this guy's got 21,000 troops. Yeah, let's just spend the 50 gold, I guess. Okay, good. They got scared off. So hopefully we'll be able to create a pretty decent heir here. He looks pretty good already, actually. 50-50 we get wounded. Let's go for it, actually. Yeah, take the extra experience. These Armenian characters in our court are very likely to leave if they don't have a job, because they don't like me. So they're already sieging us down again. Hopefully once he gets this, the war will either be over or he'll come get them off again. Okay, so we can take the duchy claim right now. I think it's better for me to just take the county claim. This is a lot of debt to go into, 189. I'm already going to go into debt for this. But if I take the duchy claim, then this guy will become my vassal, whereas I want to take this land from him, the county. I can hold 4. My home duchy is 4 counties, so I just want to hold them all directly. So we're going to wait for our liege's war to end. We're going to wait for our debt to be paid off. Let's convert this while we're doing that. And then we're going to go to war with this guy to get that county. What did I just inherit? So my brother got given that land, I think. What happened here? Just some other, not my brother, but just someone else. Yeah, here, let's just put this here for now. Once I create a duchy title, I'll be able to give that county away to like one of my brothers or something like that, and just keep them as a vassal. But for now, we'll take it. It's fine. Just gives us some extra stuff. Unfortunately, it looks like he's kind of just over defending my land. This army is too big for us to deal with. Okay, so number of knights +4. How many knights do I actually just have right now? Okay, we have a lot of extra guys, so let's grab that. So these guests are the ones that got recruited from the event. Pretty good, but very expensive. Money that I don't have right now. 55, 45, and 65. So I think I'm just going to leave it for now. I don't want to go into debt. I want to have a little bit of extra gold for when I go to war with this guy. So where did you get land? I believe that we can negotiate alliance with him. It's our brother. So let's do that. And I'm just going to wait for this our liege's war to be over. Should be over anytime soon. He'll get this back. It should be the end. 93. Okay. 100. There we go. So that's a pretty big expansion there. Oh, nice. He got strong. It's more common in our culture type, and it's also better in our culture type. It has that extra 1 prestige per month, which is pretty significant. And he got brave. Brave, calm, and zealous. I like them all. Calm would be nice for our diplomacy education. I'm a little bit worried if I keep making my characters brave that I might have someone die, but I can just stop him from serving in the army. Yeah, let's just keep him brave. Really, really strong character. Once we get him married and start to have some kids, he'll be able to serve in the army, and we won't have to worry about him dying. But now I think is time for this war. I don't think I even need to call my brother. We should be fine. Don't think he can afford any mercenaries. We got another character. Ooh, 16. That's a really good knight. So that's nice and easy. Some random girl joined my court. Okay. Maybe before I convert this, I'll just work on getting my claim here. It seems like a higher priority. Now we have to raise control in the piece of land that got sieged down. So we do have a nice little fort level in our capital because of this building, and then we got a free simple pastures. The land that we're about to take, also simple pastures. So it's not too bad. So there's that. Just let you guys out. So we can claim the title, but it's quite expensive. What I'd rather do is just get a claim on this county, declare war on him for the county, and then I think we can usurp, or maybe not. Maybe we have to get independence. I'm not sure. But either way, we'll be able to get this eventually. I don't want to spend 1,500 prestige that I don't have just getting a claim on his duchy. Because I don't want him to be my vassal after I want to just take the land directly from him. Okay, so third, he gets arrogant, which is a lot more prestige. Or we can do generous or fickle. I think generous is the best of these. It helps his diplomacy, really good stress drop mechanic, virtuous in our religion. I think it's just a no-brainer. So this guy is going to be a ridiculously strong character. I just have to make sure that he doesn't die, hopefully. I'm not going to let him serve in the military. That's for sure. So what is this? Our liege is participating in this war. So that's going to be to depose him. Not super important, but our land might get sieged down again. Hopefully not. But his army is going to be over there, so that's actually good for us. We'll be able to sneaky get his land here pretty easily, I think. So we go with that. Can we do this right now? Our claim. Maybe I should do Independence War first. He might be able to arrest me after this. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think we just have to... Oh, maybe we do this one. Yeah, let's just do this. Help to raise our control growth a little bit. Because we're losing... We have low control in these two counties. So he's on his way back. His treasonous vassal, me, declared war on him when his army was already raised. Should be no problem. So there is that. Yeah, so he's still my liege. He hates my guts. I'm just gonna get a claim on his other county here. What did he just do? He's offering me steward. So he might just try to arrest me. We'll see. What is this? Peasant uprising. Okay, I'm going to... Oh, I can't join the war. Okay, but I'm not going to let those peasants take my land, so... Just go stomp them. There. So that wins the war for him. Yeah. %? Oh, that doesn't give us the extra perk. I guess we have to go for very well one time. Good to know. Negotiate alliance. So this is my other brother. Got given some land. Where is he? Oh, he actually got given a duchy. Good for him. His army's still small, but it should grow. But at least it's another alliance. So hopefully I'll be able to just deal with this guy. I might even break my truce, which is not something I tend to do very often. But just for getting this guy away from me, I might go ahead and do that. I don't want him to be my liege when he hates my guts. Can you marry us? Okay, what about you? You're kind of evil. Let's go for it, though. Now we just need a better one here. Well, 14 is a little bit better than 13, so how about that? Looks like our top liege, the Emperor, is successfully defending against this revolt. So maybe he gets his land taken. It is ticking up in the attacker's favor. If I just declare this now, what's the penalty? Yeah, let's take the stress. So we break a truce. We get -50 general opinion for 3 years. Our liege can imprison us, but we're not going to care because he's not going to be our liege for long. I think this is actually okay. I'd rather just do this right away. I'm not generally a truce breaker, but in this circumstance, I'd rather just do it. I don't plan on playing this character for long. It's just going to be our son soon. So we got our 3-star education. I'm just going to come in here and make sure that he's forbidden from serving in the military, just in case. He's a very good diplomat. I guess we could give him that job. Let's just let him be our chancellor. Give him something to do. I might actually get him married pretty quick here. But this war should be no problem. So now the emperor becomes our liege, and now our duchy title can be created whenever we get 250 gold. And now we have a lot of vassals that we can kind of expand into. Not vassals, excuse me, like neighbors that we can expand into. Let's get a free unlock here. This one I will be able to get. 20 gold. There we go. So yeah, we'll just finish getting the gallantry here before we move into something else. But yeah, the next thing I'm going to do is create the duchy title, and then maybe we'll create this duchy title once we can grab these counties here. We're kind of expanding in the wrong way, but there's no way for us to fight for the land that we need over here in the Byzantine Empire. But I'm going to continue this in part 2. If you enjoyed watching this, I'm going to play this out until I can get the achievement. So please leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see the rest of it, and I'll see you in the next part.